everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Enigma DA, aka Dan Model. And again, I want to thank you all for coming to my channel. Um, Today I'm a little bit peeled about a few things that has been going on within the last year. And it's nothing to do with wild or anything like that, but it's more to deal with a situation that is very personal with dealing with my family. Well, how can I say this? My dad, my daddy, he was in a car accident that basically sped up his lifespan, um, sped up something, and that was his cancer. Now, my daddy was already in this battle. He was doing good. He was fighting hard. He would get up. He didn't show it. He would push past it no matter how much pain he's in. He would push past it and keep going. Well, I found out that my dad had not only cancer, and I'm not talking about just cancer, tumors or anything like that. I'm talking full blown cancer throughout his entire body. He had cancer on the liver, cancer on the cancer in his throat. He had lung cancer, kidney cancer, you name it. The cancer was basically eating him from the inside out. Okay, and he was literally in stage 4. But if you would have known, if you knew my dad, you would see that you would think this man is not sick. Well, he's sick, but not that sick. Well, my daddy was in a very bad car accident, like I said, and it helped push the process of that cancer forward. Now, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm yawning to death over here. Everything that was everything came to light. Found out that not only did my dad had cancer, but he had kidney failure. He also had sugar diabetes, and he had something that I thought went away after he came from the war, and that was hepatitis C. Well, if you understand that back then, when you were placed in, when you go back into the war at 17, 18 years old, at his age, back way back when, yeah, he got it some kind of way overseas, and when he came back, he's been fighting it, dealing with it, and everything else. So we all thought that everything cleared up. Well, now to find out that it came back, well, it has me questioning a lot of things about my health as well, because come on, hepatitis, I know Probably you can't catch it, but it's a disease. You can catch it. And I'm the type of person that nowhere, no matter where my daddy is at, I'm with my dad. So yes, I'm a huge daddy's girl. Um, but anyway, back to what I was trying to originally talk about. He had a lawsuit dealing with this car accident. He just before the case actually took wing, my dad had wind up in the hospital. Now the funny, really not funny, but the strange part about this is the night before, I called my daddy. Excuse me. I called my daddy and I sat on the phone with him for like 10 minutes. Some of his words I could understand, some of his words I couldn't understand. But at that time, I picked up that, okay, my daddy is real sick. Okay? The person that he was living with, his caregiver, before he had got the phone, had called his name and said telephone. And by the sounds of it, he didn't want the phone. And she like, well, it's your daughter. And she said he set up, and that's when he took the call. And I begged him to get to the hospital, to go to the hospital and everything because of how he was sounding. And you like, baby girl, my baby girl, I love you, my baby girl. I'm like, Daddy, I'm worried about you. Please go to the hospital. And well, he went 5 o'clock in the morning, unresponsive. Found out that he didn't want to leave because he knew he was already dying. But I didn't know. But again, I need to step away from that subject because it's a lot. I'll just have to talk about that in a vlog of mine. But anyway, my dad was in the hospital, like I said, when that case finally did take wings. And right after my dad passed is when I think the first settlement was settled. It was five parts to this settlement. So the first portion of this case was settled. It was split between the three kids. And we were like, okay, well, we'll take care of daddy, find out, make sure everything he needed was on the up and up. We had a good lawyer. Mm. We had four more pending cases dealing with this same dealing with the same thing. So we're like, okay, well, we got one out the way, so we'll wait for the other ones, try to see what we can do with that, and move on. Okay, first one was done, the second one was done, third and fourth. Right after the fourth case, we had gotten an offer on a final piece of the case, and we talked to our lawyer. You know, us kids talked to the lawyer and told him that that don't sound right. He said, "I agree with you. It don't sound right, and I wouldn't accept it." He doesn't. We told him, "Well, that's what we're thinking. We're not accepting that." Well, a week later, after we talked to him, he had called me up and also dropped me a letter in the mail. So it was like, okay, well, I'm leaving the firm due to personal reasons, and found out that he basically I had called him up and asked him a question about the case and who would be handling it, since I'm the middle child and the one that's basically been handling just about everything anyway. So I called him up and I'm like, okay, well, what can we do? What's gonna happen? He said, well, I'm gonna set you up with the guy that I had taught and this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I said, I asked him, if it's not too personal, why is he leaving? And he had told me that it was due to medical reasons. Um, his doctor had told him that he needed to come away from it, come away from his um, career. It was causing him problems. So, not to go into his personal business and put it out there. But anyway, we really did not only just my brothers, but I myself really appreciate what he did to actually push these cases. I called this new lawyer. Now, granted, my dad been gone by about a year and a half now, almost 2 years. Granted, I called this man and asked him, this lawyer asked him about the case. And he said, well, I need information about the case. I'm like, everything that the lawyer had before you is there. Everything that we have on him is there. And he like, well, I'll give you a call back to let you know what's going on. I'm like, yes, please do keep in touch, and I'll hear from you later. Well, a couple of months went by, me trying to move past, like I said, my dad's death, and I'm still grieving, by the way, because of it. He, I called him back a few months later, like I said, and left him my new phone number. He never called me back. Mm. So I'm waiting, I'm waiting. I said, well, it's just a waiting game now, I guess. So I can wait. And it got to the point that I started realizing, okay, wait, I done waited and waited and waited to hear back from this. his lawyer, and he haven't sent me anything. What's going on? So finally, I decided to call him. Hey, it's a year later about the case. This was Friday. Remind you, Friday. I stood on the phone from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and he would not answer the phone. He would not return any of my calls. Saturday, I called, which their office is open until a certain time. I called, no answer from him. Okay, Sunday went by. I let Monday go because I had some things that I needed to take care of. And well, today, which is Tuesday, I called. The poor little secretary, she answered the phone. I give him your message to call you. I'm like, he never calls. And it's frustrating and it's very unprofessional. She said, I can agree with you. It is unprofessional, but at the same time, he is busy. I'm like, too busy to take one phone call or take 5 minutes out of his day, even on his freaking lunch break. 5 minutes to say, hey, I got your message. I will have to contact you later about the situation that's going on with the case. If there's something going on with the case, if the case has closed or whatever the case may be, instead of us waiting around and twiddling our thumbs and trying to find out what's the hell going on. So she like, I can agree with you, and I'm like, well, here's my number again. And she said, I know how you feel, but I will give him your number again. Okay. I called back later. I had called back later. Mm. And this was like 2 o'clock. And she had told me, well, he had just left for the day. I'm like, and this is what I'm talking about. He left for the day, but he couldn't pick up the phone for 5 minutes and talk about a case. Granted, this case he's not getting paid for because everything was already paid for within the first 4 cases. This particular case, he don't get nothing. Okay, now she had told me he said that he was gonna call me tomorrow. I said I won't hold my breath, but okay. But at the same time, I might need to get me another lawyer because this is ridiculous. And she said, well, I will let him know you said that. I'm like, right now, I don't care. So, yeah, I'm kind of fed up with the fact that I'm still sitting around waiting for things to be done that should have been taken care of months ago, a year ago. This should have been done and over with. And yet, here we are in 2017, and we are still waiting around for this freaking case. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. So at this point in time, I don't know what to say or what to do, but just sit back and wait to see if this man gonna actually call. But most likely, I will call him to find out if he's gonna call. Now, also, I'm wondering if my brother done called down there, my oldest brother done called down there and act a fool. He is known to do that. Well, some drug dealers are, some drug users are like that. And so right now, I don't know what to think. He probably thinking all of my daddy kids are the same way as my oldest brother. I don't know. So I'm kind of lost, but I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and find out. Until then, I just want to blow off some steam. And ugh, my gosh, it's just so much, and it makes you want to just punch a wall. But anyway, I'm going to go up in here into a while. As you can see where I'm at, and I'm just standing here, not doing anything. But I needed to vent. So y'all can watch me play this here for a couple of minutes, or however long y'all wish to. But I would like to thank you all for stopping by, checking out the channel. Don't forget to, if y'all want to, subscribe, like, leave a comment, turn on notifications, and I will try my best to do the same. So, until then, guys, y'all take care. Love, hugs, and kisses.
Grandmaster, I've got your back.
High mountain stands. Together, we are high mountain.
I need to target something first. Something first. I can't attack. I can't attack. I don't have a target. I can't attack. Out of range. I can't attack. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. I need to target something first. I need to get closer.
frenzied fowl
I
have
need a
overtaken
target.
this area. Hold their numbers before those eggs hatch.
I don't have a target. I can't attack them. I need to target something first. I can't attack it. I'm out of range. I need a target.
Greetings, traveler.
I can't attack that target.
High mountain stands.
I can't attack it. I need to attack. I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I need to target something first. I need to get closer. It's I can't attack that target. I don't have a target.
You have done admirably
need to
in
target
putting
something
down this
first.
foul menace.
Azeroth must not fall. Death to the Legion. I have sacrificed everything. What have you given? Don't give in to the power of the Legion.
High Mountain stands. Beware.